Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to use a Biro to add a tone to your linear sketch of anatomy. So firstly, I'm going to draw the outline of the sketch I made by pencil. So when you draw the outline, and you need to look at the picture that Ms. Freeman gave to you, and some part you need to use pressure to draw harder. For example, here, when it's darker, then you have to press more, give more strength. And some part, when it's a bit of lighter, and you just need to not to press so much. So it's not like you use the same strength of your hand to draw the outline. The outline also has changing of the light and also the dark. So you need to be very careful and observe very carefully from the original drawing. And after you draw over your pencil line, you can just use the rubber to rub off the pencil lines. And the area is a bit of darker, so I use more stress and press more to make the line look darker. Okay, here's one more. Okay, so now I'm going to add some tone in the drawing. So firstly, I rub off the pencil. You can rub it off later, or you can rub it now. It doesn't matter. I rub it out just because I want you to look clearly of the Biro lines. Okay, so I'm going to add the tone for my drawing, and I'm going to start from the darkest area. So you need to look at the original drawing, which is provided to you on the PowerPoint, and which part is the darkest area. Then you should start from there, from darkest area to the lightest area. So I'm going to start from here. So when I add the tone, I need to use some of the hatching lines and cross hatching lines, which we have seen before, starting from here. And be very careful with the edge. Don't draw over the line. You might find it quite difficult at the beginning to draw the lines quite even and also look nice and tidy. But just keep practicing. and you will get there. So I use some horizontal lines here to add the tone. So after this part, I'm going to draw from here. Again, I use these hatching lines to add the tone. When they go across each other, that is called cross-hatching. So when you look closely to Leonardo da Vinci's work, and you will see a lot of this hatching and cross-hatching lines. This is a very good way to add the tone in your work. You also need to use the different strengths in the area to create the different levels of the tones. For example, here I created a bit of dark tones here, which you can see, and here is a bit of lighter, and for the audience, this part comes out and this part goes in. That is why we use a tone to make the object look more realistic, more three-dimensional. Every time when I draw the different part of the this bone structure, and I always start from the dark area and go into the light area. So you need to remember that when we do the sketching by adding the tones, it's usually effective to start from dark to the light. And in that way, it's also quite easy to control your drawing. And above those all, the most important thing is observation. You need to keep looking at either the object you want to draw, or either the photograph or images that you draw from original. And what does it look like, each part, and how you're gonna draw more likely like the original image. So observation is the key. So before camera invented, and people just draw from real life, from the real object. And after the camera invented, and now with the internet, it's so convenient for us. We can just draw from the photographs, or we can just draw from the screen, from phone, any image that we can find on the screen, and we can draw from. Here's a tone between the darkness and also the light, and that is the area you always draw first, which is here. That is the line between the dark area and the light. And the darkest area is actually not what we think. Oh, it's the edge over here, which is the darkness. No, the darkest area is the line which is between the dark area and also the light area. And actually, in the dark area and at the edge, this part, and it reflects the light which goes from another side. So there is a bit of a light at this edge area, which made this line is even darker. Then it goes up to the light area. So when I draw the tone, you can see I use all these very fine lines to show the dark and also the light. At the edge of the light area, there's also a little bit of a dark tone, which means it has a reflection of the dark area. And once we add this, it feels like it goes around as the shape. best in drawing anatomy and the bone structures of the body is to help you understand how to draw human bodies or human faces by thinking about how the bone structures goes, how the skulls structures goes. Once you understand that, and you will understand why this area should add a bit of a tone to make it darker, which area should leave with a bit of a highlight. Because our muscles and our skins, it goes with the structure of our bones. So Leonardo da Vinci, and his contribution is, and he helped people to understand what is our bone structure or skeleton or skull structure looks like, and then we will understand how to use the scientific way to draw the object to make it more realistic. Okay, so it's more or less finished with the Biro drawing of the anatomy sketch. So have a go and try to use the hatching and cross-hatching techniques, and by also using the strands and also press the Biro to create this realistic or three-dimensional effect on your drawing.